Hey everybody, today I'm going to give you 5 different hacks that I pulled together that I used when I was hiking on the Appalachian Trail. So some of these are just to save time and or save space or how to just carry things in ways that you might not have thought of. So let's start with number 1. So number 1, and some of these, I think most of these, I think 4 of the 5 of these are ones that I found on other YouTube videos that then I pulled together and put together what I felt was going to work for me. So what works for me may not work for you. So, but here's some ideas. So as far as like obviously duct tape, and I will tell you my very first night at camp, at a campground, somebody had left an entire roll of duct tape on a rock. I don't know, next to their campsite. I don't know if they did it on purpose. They were like, this is too heavy to carry, or if they actually forgot it. But you do want to carry some duct tape when you're out there backpacking. It can repair your backpack, your shoes, like a number of things, along with Leukotape, which is another sticky tape that you'll typically use for your hot spots and so forth, but is also very good if you need to wrap a bandage around yourself somewhere, put some gauze or a piece of bandana for a cut or a wound or whatever. So I choose to carry it on my trekking poles. So if you see my previous videos, I do have some additional Leukotape on a plastic card in my med kit, but the majority of my tape is carried wrapped around on my trekking poles. So you can see on both of them, I have probably more than I will ever need and or use. However, when I did come home early, I had used all that I had on one of my trekking poles because I was taping where I was having pain on my feet. So I have duct tape on both of them and Leukotape on both of them. And then this way it's not like in a separate inside my pack, taking up space and my med kit or whatever. And it's right there and it's very accessible. If I need it right away, I don't have to go digging for it. So that's my hack number 1. Put any tapes on your trekking poles and you'll always have them no matter what you need them for. Okay, so let's move on. And you might find a couple of these redundant from another video that I just recently posted, but that being my water bottle straw. And I will tell you the reason why. And I actually got this from Hiking with Braids, and I believe she got it from another hiker when she hiked a couple years ago. This is just tubing. Regular tubing that you get in a hardware store, and I just use it as a straw, and it was $3 for like $15, and I was able to cut all 15 feet into the size that I needed, so I have extras if they get dirty, if I lose them, whatsoever. So that being said, you don't have to keep taking your drinking. You're just constantly, and I find that I stay hydrated a lot better. And also, I did suffer an injury when I hiked the Foothills Trail on my shoulder right here. I had a different pack, and I think just the constant reaching. You don't realize sometimes you might be reaching over hundreds of times a day to grab your water bottle out or to get something out of your pack, and it's not fitting right. So this solved that problem in many different ways. I don't need to guzzle all at once all the time. It's like I'm drinking throughout the day. It's always there. And so I love, love, love this. I love the cost. I carry a backup one in case it gets dirty or gross. And it's only $3. So that's hack number 2. And it shoves right down in there and closes up. So hack number 2 is my water bottle straw. They do have them on Amazon now that'll like flip and like lock and are longer. So if you want to put your water bottle in a different part of your backpack, more like with a bladder effect, and you don't want to carry it on the front, it will reach. So I will put a link to that straw in there that they have on Amazon. Otherwise, the straw that I use, you can find in any hardware store. So my third hack is meals. So if you buy these type of meals, made by many different companies, typically one of these is 2 servings. Now, that being said, if you're on a through hike, and as you get on that through hike, you're probably going to end up at some point in your hike eating this entire package. Me, I can't eat it. I can eat it, but then I am so full, I just feel terrible. So I tend to just break these up in half, and then I can have an additional snack if I'm still hungry after, as opposed to like forcing it down, because then if I don't eat it, I mean, leave no trace. Now I got to carry it in my bag. So I really would rather just consume it. So what I do is, before I go on a trip, is I have quart-size freezer Ziploc bags, and I will open up this and I will get 2 freezer bags, and I will put half of this pouch in one freezer bag and half of this pouch in another freezer bag. And so now I've got this package goes away too. I don't have that anymore. I will write on here in Sharpie like what the meal is and how much water that I need for that half of the package, and for how long it typically takes for it to warm up and actually cook for me to be able to eat it. So that being said, these are anywhere from the breakfast ones, some of the smaller ones, $8, you know, depending on the company, $7.95. I've seen them for up to $14. So I mean, I'm cutting that in half. You know, and like, you could always eat half for lunch and then half for dinner if you just wanted to eat the whole thing, but you're still gonna have to break it up. And so you want to make sure you get freezer bags, because they're thicker, and if you're putting boiling water in there, you really kind of don't want to go cheap on these. I know they have reusable ones you can wash, but you know, when you're out on trail and the scents and all of that, I use whatever. So just a tip on that, you'll get twice as much out of the meals that you're spending money on that you might be spending a little bit more money on, and it works just as good. So that is my hack number 3. Now, leading into hack number 4, that being said, when I put my meal in here with my boiled water and I zip this closed, now I want to retain the heat in this bag as long as I can so that I can make sure that it cooks my food. So I made a homemade cozy. I know you can order these. I think they got them on Etsy and stuff. Mine's not anything fancy. I'm not very good at arts and crafts. I just used some leftover Reflectix I had laying around the house, and then some plain duct tape. But I would love to make a cute one with some stickers and maybe colored duct tape and everything else. But anyhow, so you can get creative with it. And there's lots of videos on how to make these online, because mine actually has, it's so it'll stand up, and I had Velcro, and so I added Velcro to keep it closed. And so I would take this with my food and my boiling water, zip it, and then I will stick it inside my cozy and Velcro that closed. And then I will just, you know, set it on a picnic table, set it on the ground, and let my food cook while I'm putting up my tent. And then by the time my tent is done, my dinner's ready. So there's a little hack there. And like I said, you can find videos on these. What's nice, you make them yourself. You can make them the size that you want them. I had mine, original one was bigger, and I just cut it and so that it just fits this, because every little bit of weight that you save, so you want things that fit. So there's my hack number 4. My last hack that I will give you is on my food bag. So this is my food bag that I can hold all of my food, my smellables, and everything that gets hung in the tree. Or put in a bear box. And so there's a lot of these, and a lot of these look the same. They have them in green, and I think they also come in blue, and they come in different sizes depending on when you're backpacking or how long you're, you know, backpacking for and staying out for. So this is my food bag, and I can tell you at any given time at a campsite with multiple hikers, there's at least one more that looks just like mine. So you can get creative. I've seen people that are artsy, like, draw pictures on them. I know you can order these and have them. I think it's Hill Packs. You can actually have a photo put on of your dog if you want or whatever. I'm very frugal because I'm retired young, so I gotta be frugal. But anyhow, so I just bought this one bag, and I just got some Reflectix tape, and I just wrote my name on it. I have Reflectix tape on both sides, and when this is hanging from a tree, whether it's dark at night or you get up early in the morning and it's dark, you can see exactly where your food bag is hanging. Because believe it or not, these things hanging from the trees when it's dark or really foggy or rainy are a little bit difficult to see. And then you'll also make sure that you get yours. That's about as artsy as I get with my bubble name. So, you know, when you're putting it in a bear bag, there's been people that the wrong food has been taken, and it was an honest mistake, because if you've got 3 of these that are all this color with nobody's name on them, you know, you're sleepy, you're tired, whatever. So So yeah, so just decorate it, you know, however you want so that you know that it's yours. Probably wouldn't hurt to put a little reflective stuff on it so you can always see it no matter how light or dark is. And my little bonus hack, and I don't have my tent up right now or I would show you, but I will show you when I do my video on my tent and sleep system, is I have a few pieces of this Reflectix tape along the bottom of my tent where the zipper is, and I actually got that tip from Taylor, a New Hampshire hiker, because, you know, when you have a lot of tents out there, you have 20 tents and 4 of them are the same, and you get up to go to the bathroom in the dark, you want to make sure, 1, you can find your tent when you come back, and 2, that you get into the right one. So I have just a few pieces of the Reflectix tape along the bottom where the zipper is, and it is amazing. You got your headlamp on or whatever, you know, right, you can see your tent with no problems and know that it's yours because it's glowing a little bit. So those are my 5 plus 1 bonus hacks to help make your life in the woods just a little bit easier. Thanks for watching.